Hi Lakewood 7th grade students, this is Miss V again, and this is video 4B, the percent proportion revisited. And I'm going to work two problems for you, maybe a third. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the percent proportion to solve kind of real world problems. And in this problem, I have a student named Raj, and he took a test and he answered 27 questions correct. And what we know is his grade on that test was 75%. And we're interested in knowing how many questions were on the test altogether. So I'm going to set up a percent proportion just like I did in video 4. And I know that this 75% is going to go over 100 because that's what percent is. And I know that this is correct to total. So that's kind of my ratio, the number correct or the percent correct to the total percent. And I'm going to say, well, that means 27 were correct, and I want to know my total. Now, I have been doing this by scaling up and scaling down, but I'd like to do this one using a little bit of algebra because it's not totally straightforward what I have to multiply 27 by to get to 75 or vice versa. So I'm going to do a method that we call cross multiplying, and I want you to be super careful. You can only do it when you have an equal sign in between two fractions or two ratios. And when you do, you can multiply the denominator of one times the numerator of the other. So we get 75x equals 27 times 100. So that means 75 times this number I don't know is equal to 2,500. So now we need to divide both sides by 75 because division undoes multiplication. I'm multiplying here. And I'm going to do that in my calculator just to kind of speed things up because I don't want you watching videos for huge amounts of time. So I multiply 2,500, or excuse me, divide 2,500 by 75, and I get 33.3. Oops, that didn't work. Oh, and you know why? When you multiply 27 times 100, you don't get 25 times 100. Ha! It's always very gratifying to find your mistake, isn't it? So I want to show you why I knew that didn't work. Raj could not have had 1/3 of a question on his test, right? That decimal place. This number has to come out to be a whole number. So now when I divide 2,700 by 75, much better. So there should have been 36 questions on the test, and Raj answered 27 of them incorrectly. So we could say there were 36 total questions on the test, but they could also ask us how many did he get wrong if he got 27 right. And so in that case, we'd have to say, well, he missed 9 of them because 27 right and 9 wrong is 36. So that's where I go with figuring out these test questions.